All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Pro Wrestling Truth's G1 Climax coverage special. I am your host. My name is Mike. I am accompanied, as always, by the owner and operator over at Pro Wrestling Truth, my friend Ethan. Ethan, how you feeling over there, bud?
My stomach is queasy right now, bud. There's a
That's
couple reasons why,
God
and I'll get
bless.
into both of them now to lead us in. First
Well,
things first, unrelated slightly. Michael decided to show me clips of the fucking cursed ass evil Naido match from Dominion 2020 that we should all forget ever fucking happened.
okay. Well, that's one.
Secondly, because of this goddamn show we're doing here that means nothing to nobody, I had to watch night 3 of this G1 Climax. And that shit hurt my fucking soul. And with that being
Uh,
said, Mike, July 20th,
oh yeah, we're gonna get
let's
there.
get into
Colby
it.
said hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Great to have you. Appreciate you
Welcome
being
in,
here.
Colby. Take a seat, pour you some drinks, and let's get it going.
Let's get it going. Good God. Our opening night that we're going to discuss is night 3, tag 3 from Wednesday, the 20th of July. Um, our night started with David Finley versus Yujira Takahashi.
Starting strong, bud.
Yeah, started real great. We get a Takahashi win here. I don't have much to talk about here, Ethan. I went 2 1/4. What'd you think? What'd you go on it?
Here's the deal, right? The best thing about this entire night of action is Mr. Kevin Kelly. And you never thought I would say that, did you?
Not
But
for a
the
minute.
fact of the matter is, for every match, I took a quote from Kevin because he was on fucking fire or on this night.
Mm.
So the best thing I can say about this match, he said this in seriousness, by the way. Listen at how this crowd is so quiet while Takahashi is on offense.
Amazing.
Are you just trying to point out that this dude fucking sucks ass? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even drink coffee tonight, but I'm fired up. I sat
Just
through this dog shit. What did you rate this match?
I went 2 1/4.
Holy Mac.
I
I
went
went
high.
You know what? I only put one match above that on this card. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
So this was a star and 3/4 from me.
okay.
Um, we both predicted we were wrong. Actually, I was about to say we both predicted the outcome, but we were both wrong. So
Yes. Yep.
you
Yep. No
know, so
points for
yeah,
either of us.
no points for us. And just to remind everyone, Mike is currently ahead in our little game as to who gets the most matches right on predictions. It's 4-3 right now. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens by
We
the end of
have
the night.
Chicago Diner on the line. Have you thought about that? I mean, this is important, man. This is
We got a
important.
milkshake on the line. Well, we're not getting milkshakes. I
Nope.
forgot.
You put it back into the air, man. We're getting milkshakes. I mean, we have to now.
Colby, should we get milkshakes? That's the
That's it.
question.
Yes. Yes.
All right, next match. Tomatonga versus Chase Owens. You know, well, I'll start with another Kevin Kelly quote. Gunstein! Yes, sir! Dude, what are you? Are you on a? That's a little tag on a rap song. Yes,
Mm.
sir!
Yes,
Anyways,
sir.
Tama, he tried here. I will give Tama some credit on this one because they turning him face, and I'm thinking they might try and give him another little run as a singles guy. And he had the aura that I don't feel like he's had in past G1s where they've been like, oh, try and see what Tama can do in singles. It's never really resonated with me, and this wasn't a great match, but it also wasn't dog shit, and Tama had a different aura about him, and I kind of fuck with that. I still only gave it 2 stars because I don't think it's worth anything more. But yeah, Tama wins. Me and Mike both got a point. What'd you think of this match, Mike?
I did not get a point for this.
You did?
I did
Oh, you
not.
picked Chase,
Again,
didn't you?
I went 0-4 on these predictions for tag 3. Yeah, I thought Chase Owens was gonna win. This was fine or whatever, man. Like Chase Owens bores the shit out of me. And I'm waiting for Tama to do something that makes me feel something again. I went 2.5. It wasn't overly offensive. I feel like maybe I was a little too forgiving on this first night that we're gonna cover, but
Wait, what
yeah,
did
I
you
went
rate it?
2.5.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, at least you're positive, bro.
That's it, man. It's all good. moving on, we had really what I think you and I both thought were like, would end up being the most fun match on this card. We got Lance Archer taking on Bad Luck Fale. Fale wins via a count out. Um, this left me wanting more and not in a good way.
Hmm.
This left me wanting more that like this just felt safe and bullshitty.
In
Like
other words, you wanted this to be a Texas death match.
I wanted Archer to kill Fale. That's what I wanted, man. I
Dude, I
wanted them
want
to
some
beat the shit out of each other, and we just didn't get that.
dude.
Um, it felt like Archer phoned it in and dumbed it down to where Fale could actually match with him, and this wasn't worthy of a star and three quarters, but that's what I went on it.
I mean, I went in a star and a half. I mean, Archer had so much energy heading into this match. They teased these boys going at it, and I'll be damned if they didn't give us a New Japan house show performance from these guys. Like, it's fucking. This is supposed to be the grade 1 climax, and you, for one, have Fale in it in 2022. That ain't a grade 1 competitor, motherfucker. Two, you bring Archer all the way over from America to give a star and a half count out effort to open this tournament up. It's bullshit. New Japan be sucking dick these days. I'm just laying it out on the. This is that shit I'm talking about. Stupid as fuck. And I get it. You don't want to fucking actually have a Texas death match, but Archer's a fucking idiot. He would have went fucking ham in here if you would have fucking let his ass. Or maybe he just comes over here because he knows y'all ain't gonna make him do shit and he'll get a big paycheck over it. I
Mm.
don't know. Star and a half, you gotta count out because you fell off the apron. A 20 count because his 6'7" ass fell off the apron. I was wanting at least, man, fuck, choke slam him to the floor or, suplex him off the apron or like Lance Archer, this Texas Deathmatch King, garbage. And because of that,
I was gonna say
we
you want to get
both
us into the. Oh, go ahead.
we both didn't get this right because apparently a great decision was to have fucking Fale win via countout. I don't fucking know. Anyways, the next match is the only good match on this card, and it's Hiroki Goto versus Tetsuya Naito. And my quote from Kevin for this one, starting it off: "They like him when he's good. They love him when he's bad." That's Kevin talking about our boy Naito, and
Our
I think
boy.
and I think that's how Mike feels about Naito too.
Oh,
They is Mike. They like him when he's good, but they love him when he's bad.
listen, I don't even want to entertain your bullshit right now. I ain't got
But
time for you.
no, I went 3 3/4 on this. I mean, admittedly, it was standard New Japan big match from both these guys. It's not anything great, but it's very good. It's just dude. Like if this is just New Japan 101 shit. I mean, it's not ever gonna be bad, but you ain't never gonna pop me either by watching this. I was glued in, zoned in. Really good match. They made it feel big. Goto gets the win here. Me and Mike are wrong again. Um, Good little shocker there. I feel like a little bit of a surprise, but it's nothing to go out of your way to see if you missed it. 3 3/4 though.
Um, I went three and three quarters as well. I thought, even though it was a very much New Japan style match, that's why it was so good compared to the other
It was.
bullshit we had to sit through.
But
Um,
that bullshit we saw is also recent standard New Japan.
it was fucking bad. It just wasn't good the first three matches. This was great though. There were some near falls. I think I told you this before you watched it, Ethan. There was near falls in the match that you knew were gonna be near falls, but had you dialed in thinking it was the end of the match, like it just felt good. I enjoyed it a lot. Um, Goto with a huge victory here. And Kevin Kelly, and I'll touch on it later, has been talking about how Naito really does need to pick up a win, and this is his last chance to main event this year's Wrestle Kingdom, right? This is it, and so
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this match a bunch. I thought that Goto looked great. Naito was a great running mate. I'm not a big fan of Naito, but I enjoyed the match for sure. And that moves us into Tag 4, which took place Saturday, July 23rd. And our opening tournament contest was Zack Saber Jr. taking on Aaron Hanare. I did say in our last stream, Ethan, that Aaron Hanare has been fortunate enough to run with some really great people in his block right now. And Zack made him look fantastic here too. I don't think this was a star-making performance, so to say, but I didn't feel like Hanare looked out of place in either of these two matches. I thought it was great. Zack Saber Jr. picks up a pretty decisive win. 3 1/4 wasn't offensive. I enjoyed it a lot. Ethan.
Yes, I feel like the exact same way you did. Nare is showing me something here, and that is that he can hang with much better wrestlers and have a competent match. I mean, if you really do look at it, and pay close attention, you can tell Zack's definitely leading this thing along, but Hanare is able to hang in there and follow his lead, act on his cues, and still deliver a good match. I went 2 3/4, but I mean that's a good rating for me. I just thought it was another good effort from Hanare. I mean, Zack isn't a babyface Tana, so this wasn't quite as good as the Tana match, but it was super smartly worked. Hanare relied on the strikes and the power. Zack Sabre Jr. was focusing on the legs because he's a little bit bigger, more of a powerhouse kind of guy. Hanare goes for the same finishing move. I cannot remember the name that he pinned Tana with. But Saber, the finish played into the story of the whole match. Saber grabs the leg. I think he had him in a half crab or something and tapped him out. So I thought it was smartly worked. This is just suffice good wrestling. I'll take this over any of that shit we saw on night 3.
Yeah, I really wanted to see a little bit of fire from Hanare, and you almost see it immediately as Zack's doing his pose. Like when he gets in the ring and he's being announced, puts his hands up in the air with his fingers pointed to the sky. Hanare walks over and flexes in his face. Made me excited for the match, man. I was excited for it, so I thought it was good.
And then afterwards, him selling the leg because he had an Achilles tendon injury a few years back. Ironically, it was against Gradocon before Gradocon was Gradocon, back when they both were Young Lions, and so they kind of were playing off that, and they were talking about it on commentary. So I mean, this was just all around good, simple shit. It ain't got to be blow away shit to be good. This is a 10-minute match or whatever, and it's just good shit. And next up, we have a match I was looking forward to with Yoshihashi and Shingo locking up. Kevin Kelly roasted Yoshihashi at the beginning of this, saying, Yoshihashi's his record in the G1 really stinks. He's the third worst competitor in the history of our tournament. It's just like, fuck, dude. Anyways, so way to tone this guy down when he literally gets this arena rocking because they all think that he might be able to beat Shingo. So,
dude, Kevin Kelly hosed this man before he's even out of the curtain. He's still in gorilla.
Come on, dude. Kevin, you were in Chicago. You heard that response he got now.
Oh, shit.
Like, I know he's the weak link of the Goto Yoshihashi team. Goto's won a G1. Yoshihashi has not. So,
I told you, man.
I get it.
I said it in private with you. 2027 Yoshihashi is your G1 Climax winner.
There's no way in fucking hell. Well, I don't know. Maybe with the way New Japan's going.
You never know.
Fuck it. But yeah, I went 3 3/4 here. Another really good match. It started a little slow, but once they got into their, little finishing run, with Yoshi getting all fired up and Shingo doing his usual stuff, it was your standard, real good back and forth, rah rah shit. So 3 3/4, man.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome, man. I went back and rewatched it after you left my house because I feel like we do this thing where we just don't watch matches.
We have something that distracts us that we won't talk about on air
when we're together. So, I went back and rewatched it. I really liked this match, man. It was a 4-star match. I thought it was a blast. The whole story. I mean, dude, Shingo got the shit beaten out of him in the latter half of this thing, and just squeaks by with a roll up. And you see the disappointment in Yoshihashi, like, damn, I had it right there in front of me, but I didn't get it. I just thought it was awesome. Shingo looked like he had been to war and back. And Yoshihashi was just like, fuck it, I'll go to the back, damn it. So I thought it was a blast. 4 stars, thought it was good. Our next match was Kazuchika Okada taking on Toru Yano. Yano came out not feeling too giddy, man. He wasn't really his happy-go-lucky Toru Yano self. He was fired up. He was pretty pissed off.
He lost his smile.
That's it, man. And I really liked it, man. I thought this was a good turn. Like a new ripple into the Toru Yano since I've watched, right? So, I thought it was a blast, and you had Okada come out on top, and then after the match, you had Yano immediately go back to being like, "I am so sorry. I have no idea what I was thinking." It was just good shit to me. I thought it was funny. This was a 2 3/4 match. Okada just again phoned it in, just played the hits and did his thing,
Oh
got
yeah.
out of there. And Yano, I felt like put like the bulk of the match on his shoulders. So good on him.
Oh yeah, man. I went 2 1/4 on it, but I mean it was no harm done here. I mean, what?
Nothing, you. Just you're great.
Nothing wrong with me. That's not a bad thing. 2 and lower is bad. Two and a
Mm.
half is halfway to 5, honkies.
Uh,
Anyways, so 2 1/4. I mean, fuck yeah. Yano's fun. Okada does the same thing every night. It just depends on the length of the match when you're going to get to the actual shit that matters. So, 2 1/4. Okada wins. Funny, fun, easy on the eyes.
I
Yeah.
like it. Jeff said
So,
he went 2.5 on it, so he split the
yep,
difference,
there.
buddy.
You had to split that thing like a banana split. All right, so we're moving along, keeping it professional here. I don't give a fuck. Next match is our main event of this night. It is Tomohiro Ishii versus Jay White. Now, this one I knew was gonna bang, and it did bang. I feel like I'm lowballing a lot today, and Mike's gonna fucking shake his head at the rating I'm gonna give this, but it's
Oh,
not.
I
It's
know what
not
you
a bad
got.
rating.
I'm
What do you
sure
think
you
I'm gonna give it?
3.5.
Yes.
I knew it, dude. I knew it.
How did you know though?
I just know you.
No, yeah, I went 3.5 on it. I mean, it was a good match. Took them a while to. I've just seen these guys wrestle a couple times, and when you're gonna do the same thing you did all the other times. In the middle, they did a couple like a callback or two to like some of the finishes of their prior matches. But the general idea is that you did the same stuff. Like I could have told y'all what happened here, And a lot of Ishii matches are like that, but a lot of Ishii matches also have a lot more fire than this did and a lot more grit. Hence his match with Tai Chi the other night. I mean, those
Mm.
motherfuckers thought they was gonna kill one another here. I mean, but still, here you had a lot more of Jay being that shitty heel that he is, But then at the same time, how much Gato interference can we have? You know what I mean?
Mm.
How many times can I? And admittedly, the way they did it here was funny as fuck when he threw that chair at Ishii. That was funny as fuck. But at the same time, I'm just like, I can't get too fired up about it. But it was good. 3.5. It wasn't the best match on the show, I guess. Shingo and Yoshi was just a little bit better, not by much. I like both these matches about the same. But I'm gonna go 3.5. Jay White wins, as me and Mike both predicted. Before I reveal some information, Mike, what were your thoughts on this match? How many stars did you give it?
I'm not sure what information you're planning on revealing, but I don't like it. This was I really enjoyed it, man. I thought this match was fun. Jay White as a heel is one of my favorite acts in wrestling right now, especially in Japan. The post
Oh
match
yeah.
promo that he cuts in ring. Oh, dude, had me screaming, especially with the clip of Kenny Omega going around recently on the internet, um, cutting a promo in Japanese. You had Jay White say, maybe I should speak their language, and just clapped into a mic. I mean, that's as good as you're gonna see it from me, man. I thought it was awesome. 4 1/4. I really enjoyed the match. Thought it was an ass beater, and was a respectful main event there.
Definitely, definitely.
What news you got to break before we jump into tag 5, bud?
All right, we have one more night of action to cover in review form. And before we get there, me and Mike's little prediction game, we're tied 8-8.
Mm.
8 points versus 8 points. He's got 8 right, I've got 8 right. What's going to happen at the end of this next show? We'll find out.
You're a monster.
We're going to look back at this and wonder why I act.
I love it though. I love it. So tag 5 took
Mm.
place Sunday, July 24th. We get our opening tournament match, which is El Phantasmo taking on Yujiro Takahashi. El
I'm going to let
Phantasmo
you have
wins.
this.
He gets the Tokyo Latina. He gets Peter with him, and that was the whole thing. The whole story here. You got to see him twist Show's nipples. I mean, this was a dorky fucking El Phantasmo match. Uh, 2 3/4 wasn't offensive, but that dude sucks ass cheeks, buddy. What you got?
So I'm so sorry that this is a trend here, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This fucking match, I
Too
hated
flat. Too
so
flat.
fuck. Oh, it's worse.
Oh man.
Oh, you're not ready. I'll save it up because if you think I went flat, you're dreaming. This shit sucked ass, bro. Like, I'm so tired, bro. El Phantasmo just fucking loser, and Takahashi is irrelevant. This wasted my time and upset my stomach. 1.25 stars.
Oh,
That's all.
amazing.
Dude, after I
Amazing.
watched, dude, this was a primer for fucking me going back because I watched the just so everyone knows. And I'll say this: I will watch Takahashi and David Finley 3 times over before I ever want to see this match.
Oh man.
These two dudes are in the same stable, and they somehow still overbooked their match.
That's fair.
Did you realize this? You had stablemate versus stablemate with stablemate interference. Goof shit. Go to fucking, like, dude, nobody better shit on WWE if you enjoy.
Amazing. Amazing.
Anyways,
at least you have
next
something to clip
match.
for Twitter now, buddy.
Y'all better not clip me. This ain't up and over. I ain't getting clipped and backed into a corner for all the shit I say. See, the thing is, nobody listens to things we do. And that's the good thing. Maybe 5 people, and they're all people we see in person and talk, and they understand how we operate. But as soon as somebody on the internet gets a hold of some of the shit I've said about some of the Pete wrestlers that I think aren't good, it's over for me, and I'm going to have to leave the internet. But this next match had a wrestler in it that I've talked a lot of shit on, but I'll be goddamn if he didn't have a banger here. You got Sonata versus Tai Chi. This was a breath of fresh air after that god-awful opener. That's what I wrote. Because goddamn, dude, this rocked, man. Like, how is it so hard to just do a good match? Anyways, Sonata and Tai Chi, both guys who came up through the All Japan system. So maybe that's why they just set out to have a banger. Maybe it's why they had chemistry here. I don't fucking know. They noted on it on commentary. And these guys just killed it, man. Normally with Sonata matches, I only actually look at the screen for maybe 90 seconds of it. But here, I just had to keep looking, which is a shocker. And fucking Tai Chi. I love Tai Chi. Tai Chi's... I don't know, man. Tai Chi's my favorite person in this tournament so far. I mean, his match with Ishii fucking ruled, and this match, he brought something out of Sonata. 3 3/4. Great fucking match, and I'm not even mad Sonata won, because he fucking put on here. So, me and Mike both got this one wrong. But yeah. What did you think of this one?
I thought it was great, man. You had Tai Chi get something out of Sonata that made me feel something, bud.
Yes, sir.
It was good shit, man.
Has Tai Chi won you over yet?
I think so, dude.
I'm telling you, bro.
The
He
only
goes
thing
the
that
fuck
pisses
off.
me off. The only thing that pisses me off is his entrance, man. His entrance drives
And
me
you'll
fucking bananas, dude.
by the end of this tournament, you're gonna love his entrance.
I hate it so much. He doesn't even act like he's singing, and it pisses me off, man. It drives me insane. Yeah, this was 3.5 for me, man. Sonata with his whole orbital issue, yet still picks up the win. I thought it was great, man. Good shit. It was a blast. Man, Sonata, you actually did it one time, buddy. That might be
I did it.
his mulligan, though. We'll see. Our next match saw Jeff Cobb take on Bad Luck Fale. Um, Ethan. This was as good of a Bad Luck Fale match as I could have expected, I guess. And by that I mean 1.75 stars.
Wow, I went a little bit higher on something than you.
Wow.
How did I do that?
Wow, Jeff Cobb picks up the win via the Tour of the Islands, which was fucking huge. Kevin Kelly said something like, I hope the ghost of Gorilla Monsoon reinforced the ring, right? I'm pretty sure he said that right before the walkouts. Yeah, that's what stuck with me more than anything through that match.
I went 2 stars, and those 2 stars are the 2 motions Jeff Cobb had to do to get that motherfucker in that Tour of the Islands. That's the only thing about this that matters. Jeff Cobb hit Fale with Tour of the Islands. Nothing else happened here. That's what I'm going to pretend. Yeah, man.
Walk us into our main event.
Main event. Here we go. Tanahashi, Hiroshi, Tanahashi versus Tetsuya Naito. I'm just gonna go out of the gate with my rating 3 3/4. Another great, albeit standard, New Japan main event. This was like Goto and Naito. It's just with Tana subbed in, so you get a little bit more fire out of it. But
Mm.
it was still great. It got real heated there near the end. I really do love watching these guys wrestle one another. And I know you don't care for Naito that much, but and I'm not like a Naito fan per se, but I do enjoy his big matches. I mean, my favorite is when him and Ibushi kill each other. Him and Ibushi and Omega, that I will mark out for. But the rest of his stuff, I'm not gonna fucking flip my lid over. But he's very good at working that New Japan main event style, and this was another example of that. Him and Tana didn't reach the level of their G1 match last year, which I didn't anticipate it to because that match was fucking awesome. And I just had a feeling this wasn't going to be there with how this tournament's been so far. But 3 3/4, still a great fucking match, built up very nicely to a fever pitch near the end. Tana caught him in a cradle or something, I think, and got the pin to get his win back after he lost a fucking Hanare. But now Naito is 0-2 here, which is a shocker. So
Yeah. Um, the big thing, I'll come out the gates with my rating too. 3 3/4. Thought it was awesome. It was a blast.
out the
Um,
gate.
yeah, I mean that's what you did, bud. I'm just
I
trying to
fucking
replicate you. You fuck.
love that.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, I mean it was
wow.
fine. It was whatever. Naito does nothing for me, but Kevin Kelly got me feeling something about Naito's current losing streak, man. Saying that he needs to win here to advance, and this is his last shot at potentially main eventing. Uh, I don't even want to know what you just put in Discord.
Nothing bad.
But yeah, like this is his last chance to main event Wrestle Kingdom, and man, he's dropped two in a row. And man, it's gonna be interesting to see if Naito bounces back. Really, I just don't know if I see it. Thank God. But that concludes the review portion, and now we get into our predictions. And Ethan, this next week has 4 events that we got to predict for. Now,
Good
keep in
God,
mind,
help
what
me.
are our scores currently?
Oh, yes. How can I forget? Yours truly is now leading by 1 point, only because
Fuck off.
Mike picked Naito to win and I picked Tana. Everything else we fell even on. So I'm in the lead, 11 points to 10. Yeah, and that's where we're at before we get into these predictions here. And
Yeah.
by the way, last 2 weeks, me and Mike kind of discussed our predictions before we went live. This week we haven't.
Yes.
So
So this is all we
this
discussed one specific,
this
but
is gonna be these predictions are gonna be out the gates.
uh, you're a piece of shit. Okay. Well,
Oh,
Tag 6 takes place Tuesday, the 26th of July. Our opening tournament contest will be
that's
Chase
this morning, by
Owens.
the way.
It will be, yeah, we're only a few hours away. Our opening contest is Chase Owens taking on Gradocon. I want Okan to Mongolian chop Owens back to Tennessee. All hail. I have Okan winning this. Ethan,
Okan.
that's enough time. Our next match, we have. These don't get easier. This first night sucks.
No,
Uh,
no, it doesn't, buddy. This first
Compared to
night
the
doesn't
last
suck.
one, you're right. The
Wait till we
last,
get to the
oh,
last
buddy,
night.
Tag 9 is bad.
We're
We
going
get
soft in the fourth quarter.
we get we get Kenta versus Evil. Kenta kicks Evil's head in, or we riot, man. I don't see any other way.
Kenta has to win. I mean, him and Zack Saber Jr. had a fucking great match, but Kenta lost. You got to bounce him back. They brought Kenta almost to the finals last year. He was one of the last guys competing for a potential spot in the finals. And, I don't see them doing that necessarily this year. Like, I don't see him winning his block, but I think he's going to be high up there in the points. He should be. He's looking better than he even did last year. So, fucking have him destroy Evil here, please.
All right, our next match, Lance Archer taking on Tom Lawler. Dude, the first
I
half
see
of
where
these
we're at.
matches sucked. But the back half
Lawler and
isn't too
Archer
bad.
will be good.
Lawler Archer should be really good. Ethan, I'll let you go first.
This was a little bit tough for me to flex out here. Tom Lawler having his first tournament match finally about a fucking week and a half into this thing with this weird format they're working. But Archer lost via countout in a fucking embarrassing travesty the other night to Fale, and I don't see any way you cannot have him win here. I don't think he should squash Tom out, but you need to have Archer win after a good fight from Tom. Fuck it, man. Tom likes to bleed. Him and Mox bled. I'd like to see these boys dog the fuck out here. I doubt we'll get that because we are watching New Japan, so we're not gonna get too much from too many. But I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I have it Archer being 0-1 like currently. I just don't see how he could lose. He drops to 0-2 here, and I don't think a loss here hurts Filthy Tom too much at all.
Not at all. Just get that first fresh good performance in. He'll be fine.
Yep. And then our main event is Juice Robinson taking on David Finley. This feels weird being the main event of a night of the G1, but I guess that we won't always get home runs. Juice has won me over as of late, and you know that, Ethan. We've had conversations about it. I just don't see a world where Finley wins, which is why I'm choosing him to upset Juice here, setting up a big match and potential program for the two after the G1. So I'm gonna go David Finley here, Ethan.
Before I hop into my pick, there's 6 people in chat right now. I just want to say welcome in, whip this thing around. Thank you for coming. I agree with Mike. This is David Finley and Juice Robinson. Juice is already a made man, and I think they got to keep David Finley strong here. So David Finley beats Juice Robinson. That's what I think. I think it'll be I don't know if it'll be good. I don't know. I don't know these guys in big matches well enough to say. I mean, I like them both fine. Juice annoys me a little bit. I have some hope for David Finley. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens. I'll put it that way. I'm not excited for the match. I don't know what in here, but I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
So
sure. Tag 7 takes place Wednesday, the 27th
oh, okay,
of July.
Mike. Y'all see how he does me?
I just hate that we took so much time on that match. It's gonna be fine or whatever. I mean, 2 3/4 max, yeah.
I don't know. You never know.
Could be a banger, dude. We'll see. Our opening tournament match on night 7 will be Yujiro Takahashi taking on Will Ospreay. This match is gonna go far longer than it needs to, but Ospreay picks up another win in Block D.
Ospreay wins. It's gonna be a pain to watch this.
Yeah, it's pretty miserable. But it is what it is. Your next match is Toru Yano. These are not good matches that we have on the docket here, bud. Toru Yano taking on Bad Luck Fale. I have it no way that Yano loses.
I feel the same way. I picked Yano as well, but good God, man. I'm embarrassed that we're watching all this shit.
Yeah, man. We were so excited just to get out the gates, and now look at us. Suffering
Once you
like
get out the
pieces of shit.
Once you get out the gates, you wish they'd have kept those fuckers closed.
That's
man.
it, dude. It's pain.
Gatekeeping,
pain.
right?
Oh, good God.
Where are the gatekeepers at?
Our next match would see Hiroki Goto take on Aaron Hanare. I really feel like this match is a toss-up, but Hanare's had 2 strong showings thus far in the tournament, and I really wouldn't be overly shocked to see him upset Goto here, so I'm going Aaron Hanare, big dog.
Wow, we're still on the same page. I'm picking Hanare as well. I'm waiting on this shit to steer off course. But yes, I picked Hanare. It was very tough for me to pick Hanare, but Goto got a big win over Naido. So at that point, you can't really say anything that happens in this G1 is a failure.
Just gonna sit out of focus.
I love that. But yeah, man, while you get focused back up, Goto's tournament isn't going to be a failure. He beat Naido. At this point, he could fucking run the table and take Lawler way down, which I don't think he will. But I think we see Hanare pop back up here with another little hope. So yeah, and since Mike's unfocused, I'm gonna take us back to our main event for this card. We have Tomatonga and Tomohiro Ishii. Think we could differ on our pick for this one, Mike? What is yours?
I'm gonna be completely honest. What I have is, holy fuck, this is a match I didn't realize that I was as excited for until I wrote it down, and I'll be picking this live. I think you probably could see Ishii win here. That's going to be my pick, but oh, see, you're going Tama. I could see
Yes,
it.
I'm going Tama,
So
buddy.
my thing
So
is, I could see Tama dropping like a match here because Ishii has already dropped one.
true,
So I will lock
but
in at Ishii.
okay, and I'm gonna lock in with Tama. Was there anything else you needed to say on it? Are you good?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I see Justin has joined the chat from their hotel room.
Justin, what city are you in tonight, buddy? Our friend Justin travels around laying pipe.
Oh.
So my pick for this match is Tomatonga, and my reasoning behind it is simple. Ishii can afford another loss. I know he's dropped 2, but
what's wrong with you, man?
Ishii, no, I want to get my point across. I know I made the joke that's making you laugh and everyone watching, but Ishii can afford another loss. I know it's going to put him 0-3, but he has some wins he can pick up elsewhere, and I think it's important that you give Tana another one. And this is one that it won't hurt his opponent at all. Like, everyone's going to love Ishii. He's going to come out the next night and have people going fucking buck wild for his shit, just like always. Tomatonga wins this match, and it will put me 2 points ahead in our scoreboard.
Jeff asked Justin, "Are you a plumber?" I fucking hate where we're at.
I don't.
Justin
We're going long.
Justin also said these pipes ain't gonna lay themselves, Playboy. I'll let you soak and marinate in it. As we move on to Tag 8, which takes place Saturday, July 30th. Shingo Takagi taking on David Finley opens our G1 block contests. I can't wait to see Shingo still selling the damage he sustained in the match against Yoshihashi here. Way more than David Finley. I'm going Shingo.
I'm going Shingo as well. I'm just thinking about you saying the word damage. So
what's wrong with you, man?
I don't know. Something got into me tonight. Everyone forgive me for this. Last 2 streams were professional as fuck. The next 2 will be. Tonight we're going long and we're going rock hard.
I hate
so in honor of us going long and rock, Juice Robinson's former partner can't win a match, right? I'm picking Shingo.
All right. Well, that was a blast. Thanks for getting us there. Our next match sees Jonah taking on Tom Lawler.
Oh, this is going to be another one that puts us neck and neck.
Go on, buddy.
You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
This is tough because you got 2 newcomers to New Japan proper. I think Jonah has to win this.
I haven't been the same way, dude. I swear to God.
Yeah, he's just got to win. I mean...
Yep, I have it. Mr. Filthy goes 0-2, but Jonah needs the win here way more. Straight up.
Match will bang. 3.5 for sure.
It could be good. Could suck. We'll see.
It'll be good.
Our next match, Sonata versus Gradocon. I'm hopeful that Gradocon can pull another match that makes me feel something out of Sonata, although I'm not very hopeful. I know that I said that I'm hopeful, but I'm not hopeful. Fuck it, it's fine. I unfortunately see a Sonata victory on the horizon, so I'm going to go Sonata.
Oh, we're neck and neck here, buddy. So I'm going with Gradocon. I know they love Sonata. I understand why you picked Sonata, but they've only faced one other time, and it was at Wrestle Kingdom earlier this year. And trust me, it's not anything worth going nuts for. But Sonata did win that match. So I think it's time for Gradocon to get that win back, baby. Gradocon. And that leads us to our main event on this night. It is Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Zack Saber Jr., the most anticipated match of this week's shows for me, I think. I'm going with Zack Saber Jr. I think Tanahashi's in a spot similar to Ishii, but even more so, where he can give so much more by losing than he can by winning. You know, and Tanahashi doesn't need to gain anymore. You don't want to have him out here jobbing out, but he beat Naito, and he did lose to Hanare, but he just beat Naito. I say he drops another one to ZSJ. I can't remember their exact record, but they've wrestled like 9 times. So I think Tana is 5-4 against Zack. So I think it's time for Zack to even that fucking shit back up again. So Zack Saber Jr. wins this main event.
This is the one loss I see Zack eating in C block, and Tana begins a win streak after dropping that loss to Aaron Hanare. So I'm gonna go Tanahashi over Zack Saber Jr. here, bud.
Yeah, I like the trend of this. Is you're really behind Tana this tournament.
I haven't been. That's the issue.
You picked. Oh, you picked Naito to win his
I
match.
did.
Oh, you did. My bad. My
I
bad. I
did.
thought different.
Tanahashi's fucking me. I haven't picked a Tana match right at all.
Uh,
I'm glad that you jumped in and decided to take the main event of Tag 8 because before we even get to Night 9, Jeff said, just a heads up, if you haven't seen the Night 18 card, Jeff, we're not even fucking halfway there. We're like 3 weeks away from getting there. He says
we'll talk about that later.
Tomatonga versus Jay White. White's getting bounced. Jeff is just real angry that he lost the Ishii Jay White match in his brain. Tough. It's okay, Jeff.
All right.
It's all right. I don't know. It's fine. Night 9 sees
We got 5 tournament matches this night.
5 matches here, and holy hell, does this night suck ass cheeks. Our opening contest is probably the best. You probably get the first 2 matches on this card are the best. Your opening contest is Lance Archer taking on Jeff Cobb. This should be a fucking blast if Archer decides to showcase his fucking goofy ass, but we'll see. I expect a big run from Jeff, and it continues here. I have Jeff Cobb beating Lance Archer.
Yep, Jeff Cobb takes the win.
Next match sees Yoshihashi taking on Rockhard Juice Robinson. Yoshihashi has had the 3rd worst record in the G1. Mr. Rockhard keeps that trend.
Makes it even worse.
A trend. You agree?
Juice Robinson wins. I agree with you.
Bud. Chase Owens versus Jay White is our next match. My notes on that, LOL, really, question mark? I'm going to go Jay White here. I don't think it's going to be close. This, I could even see, like, Jay telling Chase to lay down and just take the loss. Dead serious.
Yep. Jay wins. No doubt.
Yeah. And then we get, Jeff said, oh my god, Night 9 is shit. Kazuchika Okada versus Bad Luck Fale. This gives me upset vibes, but there's no goddamn way Fale beats Okada here, right?
No way. There's no fucking way.
Good. So we're
Okada
both going
wins
Okada. This. And then our main event, which caused you grief before the podcast went live. We get Tetsuya Naito taking on Evil. It seems like Naito's not really shown up to win in this G1, and Kevin Kelly has really hammered that point home on English commentary. Evil wins here, and Naito starts to lose himself.
Wow. So finally, after this quick ride down this card where we agreed on everything, we have a difference of opinion. I just think Naito has to beat Evil because I fucking hate Evil. And there's no goddamn reason Evil should win this. How many points does Evil have right now?
He hasn't wrestled a match on the card yet. He hasn't wrestled a tournament match.
I barely know how to work Discord. I can't find my messages. But, yeah, he hasn't even wrestled yet. So Naito's ate 2 big losses. He needs to crush Evil for what he did to him in 2020, okay? That's it. We're done here. Unless what, ladies? I don't fucking know.
Whoa, what words did you just say? Let's what, ladies?
I said, guess what, ladies? Okay, so that's the end of this tournament reviews and predictions. I've had enough, but guess what, guys? Me and Mike have made the decision. We're 3 weeks in, and we're going to keep going for another 3 weeks. Every Monday night until this G1 is over, you can catch me and Mike right here, Pro Wrestling Truth YouTube channel.
Every
8:45
Monday,
p.m.
8:45 p.m. Tell your friends.
Yep.
And we could sit there, we could chill it out on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever we want to do it. But your word of mouth goes a lot farther than our words because we're just 2 sacks of shit on Discord just talking about pro wrestling. What kind of dork-ass thought is that? That Florence County education shining through. Amazing comment.
And here's the thing, man. We want to have a party in this chat room, man. Bring your friends. Post your shitty opinions and tell me mine suck dick. Tell me it all. I want it all.
Oh,
so we'll see y'all every Monday until this damn tournament. I think we got 2 or 3 more weeks. But I have some notes.
Oh, go ahead, bud. Go ahead.
Or did you have something you wanted to touch on first?
I thought you weren't going to touch on things, so I was going to, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm ready to touch. So, first thing I want to touch on, as everybody knows, I'm a dork. And that's the whole reason I'm on this stream right now. I run Pro Wrestling Truth, a terrible wrestling blog where I bitch about shit and give star ratings. So, I'm planning a big year in review, as I always fucking do. It's going to be a fucking blast. And en route to that, I'm watching. There's a new number one match of the year in my list. It's only the third 5-star rating I've given this year, and it goes to FTR defending the ROH World Tag Team titles against the Briscoes from this past Saturday night.
Yes.
Was it Saturday?
Yep.
I just felt the need to touch on this real quick. Amazing match. Definitely beat the first one in my eyes. The first one I went 4 3/4 on. I didn't go the full 5 because I just felt like there was a more perfect, fully fleshed out story that they could give, and I didn't know that this 2 out of 3 falls was gonna be that. But after it was over, I was like, "That's what I want. Like that's what I wanted from FTR and Briscoes." 45 minutes. The fact that it happened in Ring of Honor, there's no better place for it. I mean, this felt like those mid-2000s ROH shows that I fell in love with when I watched them back a couple years ago. This was Ring of Honor. This was tag team wrestling. Perfect fucking match. How'd you feel about it, Mike? I know you loved it as much as I did.
Yeah, I did. We had a brief conversation during one of the fall. I think the second fall, FTR's first, where I had said like this match is gone forever, but it doesn't feel like it's gone long at all. Like they went 40, 45, and it flew
43,
by. Man.
I think.
It was awesome.
Yo, that's the thing. It's like they did so much stuff. It's one of those matches where like it was definitely long, but you were glued the whole time, so you felt like, damn, I wish that would have went another fucking 15 or 20, you know?
Yeah, and fucking Dax is on a mission to just dump his ass on his own head. He ate one of those doomsday devices, and I was like ready to throw up in my living room. Just miserable looking. But yeah, I went 5 stars, man. I thought it was excellent. I thought it was a great match. Probably match of the year for me. It was great.
Yeah, man, it's number 1 on my list. If anybody wants to check that list out, if you go to the prowrestlingtruth.blogspot.com, it's over on your right, my 2020 archive. I probably gave ratings for probably 200 or 300 matches that's happened this year because I'm an idiot. So go look at them. But another thing from that show I want to hit on, Dragon Lee and Roosh. Buddy, what the fuck? What was that, Mike? What happened? Are you okay? What is going on over there? You're at it. What? What do you see?
I'll explain when we're done.
Do I need to get in this chat and moderate?
No, bud, you're golden. Listen, man. Dragon Lee just decided.
You can't. Who is putting Mike through this right now?
Nobody is. I promise you, nobody is.
Jordan Gwynn is here. What's up, player?
Colby said that match was making me sweat talking about FTR Briscoes too. Jordan said, honestly, my favorite tag match I've ever watched. Yeah, dude, Dragon Lee and Roosh, if you haven't seen that match, that was fucking fantastic. It was awesome. You need to go and find that match because it was a blast. Ethan sliding in the chat. Yeah, I mean, Dragon Lee tried to fast track himself that night too. Dumped his ass.
Insane. Something's wrong with Mike, so I'm gonna take the lead here.
Nothing's wrong with me, bud.
The ROH pay-per-view was dope.
Triple H thing I have to had it created in WWE.
Before we get to that, I need to touch on somebody that is named after an animal who made a nice appearance tonight on Dark. The one, the only, AR Fox. My boy. Fox. I love AR Fox. He was on Dark tonight. I haven't watched yet. I normally don't watch Dark, but I need to watch last week's Dark for Takeshita and Anthony Henry, and I need to watch this week's Dark for AR Fox. And one last thing before we get into this new direction for WWE and we cut this shit off, I just need to shout out one person, since we're getting goofy tonight. One person and one person only. Doc Michael J. Sampson. That is all. If you want to know the inside joke to that, hop in one of our DMs. All right, so the big news of the week, and we're going to keep this under 5 minutes. Any time talking about pieces of shit. Vince McMahon, fuck you. Straight up. You gave us the world that we all live in now, but you are a piece of dog shit and you're not welcome here anymore. You didn't retire. You got fucking taken out. You killed yourself. Fuck you. Now, what do you think, Mike? What's next for the Fed?
The question is, I mean, you have like Triple H as head of creative currently. Um, we'll see what happens. I mean, the question, he's gonna die soon, probably. Jesus
Who said that?
fucking Christ, Colby.
Let's hop. Good.
Oh, man, this is a mess. Yeah, dude, I hopefully WWE gets better. Not really biting my tongue on it. It's fine.
Yeah,
I want more for
I don't know,
a few
man.
people on that roster, man. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, right? I want the world
Yes,
for those
exactly.
motherfuckers.
Exactly. Like, I just feel like they have so many people where it could be good, and it fucking WWE, you have the platform to make things fucking good, and it just sucks when they just don't, and they just let shit be what it is. So, I'm not getting my hopes. I quit getting my hopes up about WWE 10 years ago, and that's why I haven't watched actively in 5 years. But, my hopes aren't up, but I am hoping that something good comes out of this. And, I don't want another NXT, but I would like for some of those guys to get a shot because we never got to see a Johnny Gargano on the main roster. And I know he's not coming over because he's signed right now, but we never got to see an Adam Cole run on the. Got to see any of these guys get into that universe where I personally think they would have done great, mainly because they're so fresh to that universe. I don't want to see Johnny Gargano back on the indies or in AEW. Like that universe when he came up in and lived in. And NXT is just a, amplified version of that. Let's see what he does, up there with fucking Rollins and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, going 45 minutes on a 3-hour program. Anyway, hopefully WWE gets better.
Hold on a minute.
Nothing, man. Those matches go fucking comically long. It's terrible. It's fine.
Whose?
Gargano's.
Well, you know that. I mean, I'm the number one Gargano hater of all. I don't want any of them in AEW. Go away. Take Adam Cole back. We'll pay shipping. I stole that from somebody on Twitter. I don't know who you are, but
would you rather have? Never. I already know the answer. I don't even need to
say
ask.
it. Say it. Say it. Let's talk about it.
Nope.
Can I just say this? Go ahead.
Would you rather have Adam Cole in AEW, Johnny Gargano, and Evil?
It's going to be Adam Cole, okay? It's going to be Adam Cole, all right?
Wow.
I don't even know, though. That's a tough one, actually. I was just going to say that I want to trade. I want to ship Adam Cole and Bob Fish back. Okay. Right?
For Zayn and Owens?
For Roderick Strong. We're keeping it level, like NXT level, guys. Adam Cole and Bob Fish. Roderick Strong and Trevor Lee. Let's switch.
I worry that Trevor Lee is too far gone.
I do too, and that's why I want to try and put a hand out for
Mr. Cameron Grimes.
But guys, this has gone far too long, and I want to apologize, truthfully.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I went off the rails tonight. When we get off of this thing, Mike's going to dog me down and tell me
gone an hour, bud.
Mike doesn't want to do this with me anymore, and you've all witnessed it. I've done too much. And here's the facts. I know everyone in this chat right now is saying, damn, this is why I'm not friends. Fucking. And I get it. And it's okay. But thank you for being here anyways, guys.
Yes. We started this at 8:46. I watched it on the Alexa piece behind you, bud. 8:46.
8. Take the 4 out. What is that? 8.
Oh, man.
Boom. Guys, next Monday night, we'll be right back here.
That's
August
the truth.
1st.
Yep.
8:45 p.m. And we'll be back here August 8th, 8:45 p.m. And we'll be back here August 15th.
Tell your friends
to hop in this chat. Tell them I'll fucking.
Man. Let's talk about the G1 and how bad some of the, let's tell your friends to watch Night 9 of the G1 Climax.
No,
Jump in here and let's just have a good time about it. Let's enjoy it.
Dude, if we make them, if we make someone watch Night 9, they're not gonna they're gonna hate us.
They'll at least come in for one night with us, bud.
One night with us.
That's what I'm here
in room number 9. Also, one last thing, since we got a couple people in Chicago, Illinois, we're going off. Honestly, Mike, I'm just trying to make it the full hour, right? I just feel like Hanger and Danielson in January. buddy, or December. I want to make it the full fucking.
Cortland just slid in here. Cortland has officially made his entrance.
Cortland, you're here, buddy. I'm trying to go an hour. I'm trying to be rock hard like Juice Robinson. So,
what are our seats,
Cortland,
bud? Go ahead, share our seats. And
I wanted to ask Cortland what if. Well, Cortland definitely gave 5 stars to TR Briscoes.
Yeah, had to have, right?
I went 5 stars as well.
I would judge people if they didn't give 5 stars to that match.
Everyone in the chat right now, what did you give FTR Briscoe?
Jeff said Night 9 is the worst card in G1 history.
Okay, Jeff. Jeff, you know what? You're getting screenshotted, and that's what's going on.
That's it, bud. It's game over for you, buddy. Drink that.
This chat is broken and fucked.
It's a mess now, bud.
I need the world to know where we're at right.
He said he hasn't watched it yet.
Oh, dude, you got to, man. I went 5. It's my #1 match of the year. You'd be proud of me. I'm an FTR guy, just like you told me I should have been.
100 stars.
Colby, does that mean you and Kyler are gonna get 100 stars on you?
Ooh.
I want full sleeves, bud. I want to see you in
Chicago.
Chicago.
They're from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yikes! I want to see 5 stars all over your arms when we get to.
Jordan, I will start to send you matches that I have rated favorably on this G1 card. Jeff is fucking riled up tonight. Tell me that Night 9 isn't the worst G1 card ever. I mean, I'm sure I can go and find some dog shit cards, but yeah, Ethan.
Hold on a minute.
You were about to say something about Chicago, Illinois, so go ahead about Chicago.
I just need to read a message out loud.
Please.
I worked Saturday and saw Mudvayne yesterday.
Yeah, man. He was living the life, dude. Let him live.
That's a weekend right there.
That's it.
Chicago, Illinois, though. We're going to be... I don't want to say our location out loud. We have somebody that might be looking for us. But if you want to know where we're sitting at, you can hit us a DM. We will be in Chicago. We're going to be... we're going to be in Chicago. We're going to hit up AAW, along with all the AEW shows, Dynamite, Rampage, All Out. And if GCW ever announces their messages for our section,
no,
we have
dude.
someone looking for us.
Shit?
We have someone. No, we're not.
Hey,
I
have
will
a quick
disconnect.
question for you, bud. What do you feed pet lizards?
What, Mike? What is this?
You feed them.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this. Follow me on Twitter, Cowboy Bean. The O is a 0. The E. Follow Mike X Klinsky. Follow VPW Truth. We'll see y'all next Monday. Good night. What are y'all doing on here? We're gone. Get off the fucking feed now! Go!